Well, hello. This is the first video of me doing some programming for whatever reason. Don't know why I'm recording. Um, Maybe just for myself, maybe for my grandkids, who knows. What I've been working on is a programming language called Natalie, which resembles Ruby, and it's pretty early in the life of Natalie right now. Only 1,200 lines of code, about half Ruby, half C, and what it is a compiler. The compiler is written in Ruby, compiles to C, and then we use GCC to compile to a binary, and it's making progress. So already we've got um, a few things it can do. It can define methods, although the REPL doesn't support multi-line, so I have to do semicolons here, but so I can call foo, and you can even do classes foo with a method foo. Foo is all the way down. And then I can instantiate that as an object. Oh yeah, left and right don't work in the REPL yet. Uh, so store that in a variable and call foo.foo, and hopefully it works. Foo.foo, why didn't that work? Oh well, there's bugs. I'm not actually sure why that doesn't work. It may be actually grabbing this. So what if we did this again? What if we did this and we did this and we did foo.foo? Would that actually work? No. So it's like it's copying, or it's like it's looking up the wrong thing. So we've got a scoping issue of some sort. What if I do this? I'm gonna do x equals foo.new, x.foo. That actually works. So it's looking up, yeah, so this is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, well let's work on fixing that. That's something to do. I actually wanted to work on modules. We have classes, we have class inheritance, but we don't have modules, or mix-ins as Ruby calls them. So that's something I want to get to, but this is a good thing to work on, is this, I don't know what you can call this, lookup issue, where there was something called foo, and it was, instead of calling the foo method on the foo object, I don't even know what this is doing. Could probably look at the C code to figure it out. So let's go. Let's do that. So let's do D for debug, and let's do an E for execute, and we'll do this, and then we'll do a print foo dot, no, we gotta assign it first. Foo equals foo.new, and then print foo.foo. And we would expect the string foo to be printed. And what we get is this object, and I don't have object IDs yet, which is why I have the fix me there. But it's actually returning the instance of the object, which should say foo here, but I'm pretty sure it's the instance of the object. But let's just trace this. So the C that it writes, let's go backwards. So this is the print. Result 10 is the send of foo to result 11. Result 11 is the lookup of foo. It should be working. Should be sending foo. So my guess is I'm not checking if it's self. Yeah. So let's just look that up. Let's just try it here. Actually, let's open it in another window so I don't lose that. So then, and I have to think about, that's in Natalie C, is lookup or send, which is here. If there are any arguments, it definitely does a send. Otherwise, it tries to do a get env of the symbol. In this case, we definitely don't want that at all, do we? There's a receiver. So I don't know if I have enough information to do it here because receiver is just an object. It could have been self, it could have been any other Natalie object. And I don't know if I should look up in the environment or not. So here's the issue is in Ruby. If you do x equals 1, let's do this, x equals 1, and you do x, that's a lookup. But if I do def x returns x end, that's a method, and I do x, then that is doing the lookup unless I signal that it's a call. So that's right. We're doing this right. What we're not doing right is class foo def foo end foo.new.foo. So this should definitely be a call. It should never be. So okay, I think it's an issue in our compiler. So let's pull up the compiler here. I have to do send. So this is where we do a send if there's no arguments. That's right. That's all argument stuff. If itself, and we're calling super, then we do that. Okay, let's go back to this. Not lookup or send. We definitely only want it to be send. We don't want to do lookup or send. Okay. So let's do else if receiver equals self. Then if it's self, then it's this code. Else we basically want to do the same code again, but instead of lookup or send, we just want to do not send. I think. Oh, I hope that's right. Yeah, I really hope that's right. In my mind, that makes sense. Let's just run this again. I misspelled receiver somewhere. I do that every time. I cannot spell receiver for the life of me. Hey, and that worked, right? Because our code, yes. And so just to make sure, that should return object fix me, which I do need to fix that. But let's go ahead and commit this. Receiver self, definitely just do, okay, if it's self, we do a lookup or send. If it's not self, we do, it's a repeated code. I kind of want to clean that up. Let's do this. Let's clean this up. Else, because this is all going to be the same. And we'll do the branching here. If I could type. There we go. I think that's a little clearer on what's happening. And just to make sure we didn't break our code, that works. I don't need the D on there anymore. Foo, this returns an object. And let's run our tests. Just to make sure I didn't break something else, which looks like I did okay. You know, it actually would be cool. Let's comment this out. Comment this code out that we just added and go add a test. So my testing right now is kind of janky, but I'll just put something in here. So actually be in class, wouldn't it? Examples class. Okay. Let's make that highlighted. So if I call something foo, and I call foo.foo, I expect that to be foo. This is really hard. I hope you're not only listening to this. I hope you're actually looking at what I'm typing. That's going to be super confusing. But if I run the test, that should fail, right? I hope. And if I'm at the 2S for foo. It's not exactly. Oh, expect. That makes sense. I don't have a 2S for defined yet. Um, yeah. I Yikes. What have I done? I'm putting that back. Um, I'm just going to pretend that failed for the right reason. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be fixed here in a second. So let's go back to our compiler and comment this fix, run our test again, and I think it'll all pass, maybe for the right reason. Yes, okay, so I'm going to add this. We're going to commit this as fix. I don't know, to me it's like a scoping issue for method calls. Um, let's call it compiler scoping issue, and let's push that. And so we'll call this the end of this video, and I'll record another video for modules and mixins because that's going to be a little bit longer. But this is a good little fix. I think it's cool. So thanks for watching.